Hi there, Krish here, and welcome to another KrishTV, the place to get your mojo, find your light, and shine your light, and rock the world. And this week I want to give you my #1 tip for getting moving and getting unstuck when you feel a bit bogged down, a bit mired, and a bit stuck in your world. And that lesson is really born out of personal experience. And that tip and that lesson is strive for imperfection. Okay, let me just say that again. Strive for imperfection. Now, this kind of comes about because I was challenged to do a video today in one take and to let it be imperfect and just put it out there. And that really comes out of a little story that I want to share with you. So last week, when I was putting together the video on the autumn equinox, I only had about 45 minutes to do the filming. So I sat down and kind of decided what I was going to say. Then I got the camera out and I started to do a take. And before I knew it, because I was trying to get the words right, I was trying to keep it compact, and I was trying to kind of look good, as it were, I'd done 3 or 4 takes, and I still wasn't happy. So in the end, I did about 6 takes, and I still wasn't happy. So it was about, I don't know, 10 to 5 at this point. At 5 o'clock, I was having a call with my coach. So I decided to do one final take. So I did this take and I thought, I've absolutely nailed this. This is brilliant. I'm really happy with this. And so something to note here was that this microphone just here requires a battery. And in the past I've done filming and the battery has run out. So before I started the filming, I switched the battery off just while I was kind of futzing around. And you can probably see where this is going, can't you? I did the 7th take, really happy and all that, sat down to edit the video and discovered it had no sound on it. I'd forgotten to turn the mic on. So I'd wasted this kind of 45 minutes that I had to film this film, and you know, that was that really. So I got on the call with my coach and I told her what had happened. And of course she fell about laughing, you know, and of course it's kind of one of those kind of golden things, isn't it? The more you strive for perfection, it's almost like the more tense and the more tight you get, so you forget details and that kind of thing. You feel like you have less time to do it, so things get rushed and it's just not good. So she challenged me to make this next video in one take and to put it out there. Now, I will be completely honest with you, this is my 2nd take, because the first one, I did the take and then realised the camera wasn't in focus. So, there you go. This is me being imperfect. Now, the thing about perfectionism is, when I think perfectionism, I often think, you know, Monica Geller from Friends, you know, kind of OCD, kind of very controlling. But I think the truth is we're all a bit perfectionist in our own way, because perfectionism is really about wanting to get it right. It's wanting to have it just so, which when you really dig into it is really about not wanting to be rejected and not wanting to be seen as incompetent or something along those lines. But either way, it's really rooted in other people's perceptions of us. And I often hear the phrase, you know, don't strive for perfection, strive for excellence. And personally for me, that more or less says the same thing. Strive for excellence. You've got to be excellent. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to be excellent. And frankly, that pees me off. So what I'm going to suggest to you is strive for imperfection. Perfectionism takes too much time, you know, and if you take too much time on it, you're just never going to get it out the door. You're just never going to do what you set out to do. So strive for imperfection, strive for good enough. Obviously make sure, you know, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. If you're doing some writing, do your spelling and grammar check, of course. But don't spend endless amounts of time refining what you're doing, guys. You know, one of my other mentors, Christine Kane, talks about it being better to take imperfect action than to take perfect action. Sorry, let me say that again. It's better to take imperfect action than take perfect inaction. In other words, it's better to do anything and sort of not get it right, but course correct, because at least then you're moving, than it is to just stay still, waiting for things to be right, as it were. And I think that's a great lesson. So, the challenge for you this week is to look for those places in your life where perfectionism kicks in and strikes up. Where are those times that you're wasting time trying to make things just so, when good enough is good enough? Strive for imperfection, and when those perfection things come up, strive to see whether you can make it imperfect. Because the thing about imperfection is, it's human. We're all human, we're all imperfect. And just allowing some of those humanisms to creep in makes us that little bit more vulnerable, that little bit more authentic, that little bit more real. Which means we have that little bit more connection with people. And it gives other people that little bit more permission to be who they really are without worrying about whether they're being perfect or not. As usual, the best of the action takes place in the comments. So leave a comment below and tell us how you get on with your imperfection this week. Tell us about your challenges with perfectionism and tell us about what you do to get past your perfection. You can either leave a comment just below, or if you're looking at this video not on the blog, head on over to the blog at KrishSurroy.com and leave a message there. As usual, keep moving forward because you have that special something within you that only you have, that the world needs. So keep getting your mojo, keep shining your light, and keep changing and rocking the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.